Hi, everyone. Mr. Sports Picks. I'm Peter Loshak. His name is Mike Brenner. We are the Odds Couple. We come from SportsbookReview.com, SBRodds.com. It's Week 13 in college football. We're talking with Joe Gavazzi from WinningSportsAdvice.com. A lot of really interesting games this week, and we're going to talk with Joe to get his opinion on two of the most interesting ones. The first one's going to be the Michigan State-Penn State game. Now, Mike Brenner, right now the line is minus 12.5 for Penn State. We know how awesome Penn State has been this year in recent weeks. We've talked about it every week. A lot of their games we've discussed specifically in depth. I don't know. Something's telling me that this might be a spot to think about playing on Michigan State. We know how Michigan State, how awful they've been this year in general ATS. I'm thinking, Penn State, look, I took Rutgers last week. I got burned with them. I bet it. I gave it officially in our shows. I was a loser. I'll eat it. But the same factors are at play. I think Penn State's a little bit banged up. Maybe Michigan State's turned a little bit of a corner. What do you think? Michigan State plus 12.5?
Yeah, this has really been playing in my mind since the other day. And, again, this is a team, Michigan State, that, that big game they had against Michigan, they really manned up and showed what they had. I don't know, Pete. Penn State's got so much momentum and emotion right now, but can it still carry? I don't know. And I'm starting to think this, for me, is a 10-foot pole, but I am absolutely dying to hear what Jumpin' Joe's got to say about this one.
Joe Gavazzi's line opened at 13.5. It's gone down a little bit to 12.5. I'm telling you, man, I'm thinking Michigan State plus 12.5. What do you think, Joe Gavazzi from WinningSportsAdvice.com?
You're thinking on the right line, Peter.
There you go.
With Need You Bleed. That is the name of my lead article this week, available on the SBR site, in which I caution against all sports bettors to not jump on these inflated lines playing with teams with need, such as the case of Penn State, a top 10 team, outside shot of getting into that Final Four, and certainly an outside shot of even getting to the Big Ten championship game. This line has been greatly inflated over the year, 3 touchdowns more than where it would have been opening week. And yet we have a Penn State team, because they're 7-0, 6-0 against the spread, who has a pumped-up line in their favor. Michigan State proved they weren't dead, taking Ohio State to the limit with just a 2-point conversion away from pulling the upset. And this is clearly the Spartans' role under their current coach, as they are 15-2 against the spread recently as an underdog, a perfect 3-0 against this year. Michigan State plays this as their bowl game, as a double-digit dog against the Penn State team with an overpriced line and with need. I like the Spartans big time here.
That's what I'm thinking as well, Mike Brenner.
I'm telling you, it makes sense.
Makes a lot of
like
sense,
Joe
right?
said, this is their bowl game. This really is. And this is a coach that's been there a minute. All right. Yeah, wow.
And you see this a lot in college, both football and basketball, where you have like a marquee program like Michigan State that we've already seen it with Oregon already this year. Marquee program that way underachieves, and then at the end of the year they turn a little bit of a corner, undervalued, and they have. We've already seen it again. I just thought of Oregon just now. I wasn't even thinking about it.
And I think it's all a frustration of the whole season of underperforming and finally saying, damn it, we're better than this. And that's a hell of a lot of points. I think I'm going to jump on with Joe.
Joe Gavazzi, Michigan State plus 12.5 is his recommended play. Winning Sports Advice is his website. Give a quick plug for your well-earned plug for your website, Joe Gavazzi.
My pleasure, guys. I am from WinningSportsAdvice.com, where you can get the top 20 college games all analyzed for you for Friday and Saturday, as well as every NFL game. Just click on free picks at WinningSportsAdvice.com.
Thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. Happy Thanksgiving.
Go to SBRodds.com. Browse, compare, and shop live odds available at top online sportsbooks.